knew that going into this spice business, my goals were peace and freedom. And those are the things that I was able to achieve first. And it was kind of like, yo, this is really getting busier. I wonder how successful this business could be. For me, it was like, the Spice Suite is gonna be cool, but not this cool. My name is Angel Gregorio, and I am the owner of the Spice Suite, a spice shop and dream incubator in Washington, D.C. Getting into the spice business was probably one of the most serendipitous things I've ever done. I was an assistant principal. I've been an educator for years, and I absolutely loved it. But I also love supporting Black business. And I was leaving Sassy's nail salon, and I saw a for lease sign on this empty building. And when I called the landlord, he was asking me questions, and I wasn't prepared. And so I was just like, you know what? Don't worry about it. You know, it's fine. And he was like, well, we're looking to make a decision in a couple days. Let me know. And I was like, okay. I'm going to open a spice shop. Can you just tell me the price? When I said it, I was like, yo, I'm going to open a spice shop. And it literally just came to me in that moment. And it started to come together in the coming days. And 3.5 weeks after I hung up that phone with him, I opened the Spice Suite. And I left my job as an assistant principal a month and a half later. And that was 5 years ago. Pre-COVID, I would travel the world for spices and spice inspiration. I've been to about 26 countries now for spices, from Egypt, Morocco, India, most recently Zanzibar. So whenever I bring spices back from my travels, guests are able to purchase them in the same exact packaging that I purchased them in, that folks can experience as if you were going to that market yourself. So going to shop, at these markets in other countries for spices in bulk can be pricey, but of course, it's like anything else when you're buying in bulk, you get price breaks when you're buying more of it, right? Like saffron is ridiculously expensive, but when I'm buying a kilo of saffron, my price is gonna be a lot better than if I bought a gram at a time. But I've probably spent at least $3,000 on saffron. The process of blending spices is very much intuitive for me. I start with something basic, so I start with just garlic. And then it's like, what could I do with this that I don't really see, that hasn't been done? It's like, let me try some citrus with garlic. I keep layering and I add and I take away and I tweak it and play around with it. And honestly, most often than not, it ends up being something that I love. The fact that COVID hit impacted my business more positively than anything, because I think for most of us, we were at home cooking more than we wanted to. So folks then turned to me and our spice boxes and wanting to find ways to make their food more flavorful and exciting. And I launched a whole new line of kitchenware. I used to have just cast iron skillets, and now I have tea kettles, rolling pins, utensils, flatware, like everything you could possibly need for your kitchen. Every time I do an interview, someone asks me, like, what are the struggles of owning a business, a small business? So, like, nobody ever wants to shift it and have like this like lighthearted and positive conversation, because that is going to help you. And I feel like in that answer, you'll actually learn more about running a business than you will than me talking about what was hard for me and what I failed at. And the reality, honestly, for the Spice Suite is that while there have absolutely been hiccups along the way with running this business, because that's just life, I have not suffered any real hardship while running this business. The money that I, used to open the Spice Suite came from my personal checking account, and then friends who were just like donating money to help me. I have been a real estate investor. I bought my first house when I was 23 using refund checks from Howard. And so I always had residual income. So I tell people that part of the Spice Suite story because I definitely took a jump, right, to leave my 6-figure income. I think what's next for the Spice Suite is just to continue to grow. I don't have any plans for another location. I am living in what's next. And if I couldn't do anything other than what I'm doing right now, I'd be completely happy if the only next thing for the Spice Suite was to continue on this journey in the same way.